Hello, everyone. How's you're doing? The holidays are coming up, and I know this is stupid for me to rant about this, but a sub gave me an idea, and I attempted to talk about it. Why not? Instead of saying I'm going to talk about it, just talk about it. The PlayStation 4 controller. This fucking thing. Now, if you saw my payday haul, you would know that I had to replace my first controller because it was a piece of shit. Now, the thing that Sony, for some fucking reason, every time they make an improvement, for anything they do for their consoles or their controllers, I'm gonna get to their consoles another day. They always fuck something up. Okay, the PlayStation 4 controller, I'm gonna say the good things about it first. The triggers are better than these. Because all that this controller did was take the design of the PS2 controller. Of course, it added some triggers. But that's pretty much all it did. It didn't really improve the controller that much. This is better in the sense that, the joysticks are better. The R2 buttons are better. But why do I consider it a shittier controller? Because the battery life sucks. The joysticks are feel uncomfortable compared to PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 2 and 1 joysticks. This thing feels cheap. This doesn't. Every playing session when I play on my PS3, I don't have to charge the goddamn thing. If you're planning on playing more than 2 or 3 hours, you have to keep this thing charged constantly. It's ridiculous. So you either have to buy multiple controllers, so when the controller you're currently using is dying, you switch to the next controller and let that controller charge, and when that controller dies, you switch back to that controller. It's bullshit. We should only have to use one controller for our entire playing session. We shouldn't have to have it constantly charged. It's ridiculous. Not everyone's like me who is close enough to the TV where I sleep, where I can basically just sit as far back from the TV as possible, and still be able to play my games, having it connected while it's charging. Most people can't do that. And even in movies, you can't simply just turn it off like you can for this. And they have the nerve to charge $60 for this fucking thing? The nerve? Okay, people like bagging on the Wii U. But the Wii U Pro controller, you know how many times I've had to charge that thing? 5 times as I owned it. It has an 80-hour battery life. Yet this thing can only do 5 hours at most. And you're telling me that this is a better controller than this? Get the fuck out of here! Is it an awful controller? No. It isn't awful. It's just some of the biggest bullshit about this damn controller, which most people, I don't understand why they haven't addressed this, and they probably have, maybe I've been living under a rock. That how is it that its successor has more problems with battery life than its predecessor? Maybe it's that stupid shit, this fucking light that's here, that no one even fucking cares about. Project Morpheus. It's like, I wonder, what would happen if you didn't have this goddamn light here? I don't know. I don't know what's causing this controller not to have the battery life it should have, but there's no reason why this controller should have such low battery life. I know some people may say, oh, but people shouldn't be playing games more than 2 hours anyway. It doesn't matter. There's people who do long playing sessions, who like to play for 4 or 5 hours, perhaps more, especially when you're doing a Let's Play video. You basically have to be plugged into this goddamn thing the entire time. It's bullshit. PS4 controller is an improvement in a lot of ways, but it's also a downgrade in a lot of ways too. Despite these problems, it's still better than the Xbox One controller. At least we don't have to have buy a fucking batteries to power the thing up. So I guess I can give it props for that. And yeah, my rant's over. There's not much I can say. Oh, as tradition for my non-reviews, die, Andre, die, Andre, die, Andre Cedino, fucking die!